Hey, welcome. My name is Harold, and I'm finally in Costa Rica. As you can see behind me, I'm not in the Netherlands anymore. I've arrived a couple of days ago, and in this video I will tell you about my experiences in Costa Rica with bird watching and experiences with bird watching in the rainforest in particular. As I've said, I've arrived just a couple of days ago. I'm now in the Braulio Carrillo area, Costa Rica. Braulio Carrillo is actually a very large national park in Costa Rica, not that far from the capital, San Jose. And I'm in a piece of forest that belongs to the Airbnb accommodation I'm staying at. Yeah, this is so cool. This is all primary rainforest, and I was just checking out a waterfall here. You can probably hear it on the background, and also did some bird watching, of course. And so this morning I woke up and because of the jet lag I wake up at 5:30, and but that's actually the best time to do some bird watching, as birds are most active in the morning, and there's a lot of activity. So that's what I did this morning, just here in the forest around my Airbnb. I didn't go to the national park. I was planning to, but I decided to take it easy. And there's plenty to see here where I'm now, so that I don't have to drive for an hour in the car to go to a national park. And so I've been in Costa Rica a couple of times before. There's a big bullet ant walking on a branch right over there. It's one of the biggest ants in the world. I don't know, but it has the most powerful bite there is. If this ant gets to bite you, you're in serious trouble. So I'm gonna keep an eye on it. But anyways, I've been in Costa Rica a couple of times before. This is actually my fourth time here, and I remember the first time in 2018. I was here with my wife and my son, and I was just starting with bird watching. Just bought a pair of binoculars, and the first time here in Costa Rica in the rainforest, I found out that bird watching here can be really hard, because the vegetation is very dense, as you can see behind me, especially if you're in primary rainforest or even advanced secondary rainforest. It's very dense, and it's actually a little dark right now. You cannot really see it, but it's about 3 in the afternoon, so and it's a little cloudy. So then it gets a little darker in the forest, and birds can be really hard to see here. You most often hear them, but not see them. And of course, the bigger species here, like the toucans and the macaws, are you can easily see them. But the smaller birds are always a challenge to find and identify. So, for example, this morning when I did some bird watching around 5:45. The sun was just getting up, and it was still a little dark, so poor light conditions. And I was looking at this flock of birds in a tree just above me. There were some small birds, some small warblers, and I do have some good pairs of binoculars, but still, I wasn't sure what I was looking at. So yeah, that can be one of the downsides of bird watching in the rainforest. And if you are an occasional occasional birder, then it can get it's really hard to identify the birds you're looking at. Maybe in that case it would be good to to go with a bird guide into the forest that can point out all the birds. I did that once in 2018, the first time I was here in Costa Rica. But no, I didn't like it that much. I want to find the birds myself and have a good look at them and try to identify them myself. And for me, that is the best way of learning about the birds you're looking at. Try to recognize the characteristics of the bird, the plumage, what the feathers look like. Maybe identify it by call or by song. And like I've said, this is the 4th time I'm here, and so now I can identify most of the bird species that are pretty common here. But the last time I was here was over a year ago. It was last year, 2022. I was here on holiday with my family, and so after a year you lose or you forget about most of the bird calls and the bird songs, and after a while, now after a few days, I'm starting to catch up again, starting to recognize the calls and the songs again. And but some mosquitoes here. So I can remember the second time I was here. That was also last year. That was for my bachelor thesis. I studied international forest and nature management, and I did a specialization in tropical forestry. And that was during COVID. So I almost didn't have the chance to study abroad. But Costa Rica was opening up the borders quite soon. So I decided to do my bachelor thesis here in Costa Rica, and I've lived here for 8 weeks, for 2 months, in the cloud forests. I did my thesis at Cloudbridge, a nature reserve. So I studied the bird diversity over there between different forest succession stages. And I remember I was preparing for my field work. I was checking all the bird list they had. And it's a nature reserve well over for almost 300 hectares. About 288, I think, to be exact. And they have around 300 bird species over there. Some of them are more common than the other ones, but 300 species on 288 hectares, that's a lot. So I was learning all the birds by photos, and I downloaded all the bird songs and calls and trying to recognize them. But I remember the first time I get there and did my first bird watching tour or hike. I remember I didn't know what I was looking at or what I was listening to. So that's a challenge in bird watching in general, actually. If you see a bird for the first time and you don't recognize it, it's really hard to identify. But over time, as you see birds more often, you get to recognize them, and you can identify them more easy. And yeah, so I was I had a quiet day, an easy day. I wasn't planning to do anything. Yesterday I did also I was just hiking up there's a dirt road going up here, and I was hiking up this road for an hour or two. I also did see some cool birds, you know, roadside hawk and yellow rump warbler. That is actually a species from I think it's from North America, and you know, but during autumn, in autumn and in winter, during migration, they migrate to the south, also here to Costa Rica. So that's a bird, a migrating bird. So I was really happy to see that one. And yeah, yesterday also, when I was walking here to the river, checking it out, you know, I saw this bird sitting on a branch, just, I don't know, 3 or 4 meters in front of me. It was a white-whiskered puffbird, and I had never seen this bird before. So, you know, that was really cool. That's one of the things I like about bird watching. It's all you always see some unexpected birds, and that's you know, that's cool. And even this right now, before I made this video, you know, it was around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you know, there was no bird activity around my my Airbnb, so I decided to you know, to go out and make this video. But then I realized I didn't have any insect repellent, and there were mosquitoes all around me, so I had to walk back and get some insect repellent. And then I realized, then I saw at my Airbnb there was some bird activity going on with some warblers and hummingbirds. So I decided to check that out. And then I came back here to the river. And there was also a highly active flock of tanagers, with silver-throated tanagers and scarlet-rumped tanagers, and some Baltimore orioles. And there was also a fasciated tiger heron, so that was really cool. So, you know, that's also what I found really nice about bird watching. You think you have a quiet day, and then just in an instant it can change. You know, with birds shooting up the canopy, and you know, you don't know where to look. You know, you're looking up there and looking up there, and trying to see all the birds and try to identify them. And yeah, that's really cool, especially here in the bird-rich country as Costa Rica. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you about, you know, bird watching in Costa Rica and bird watching in the rainforest. So it can be challenging, but you know, it's really cool when you can recognize the species you see. So yeah, tomorrow I will be driving to another area, the Turrialba area, where I'll be also do some bird watching, but also checking out some properties. You know, I have this dream that I wanted to live in Costa Rica, and you know, own my own piece of property, own piece of rainforest. So if you're interested in that, please check out my other videos as well. And yeah, so I hope you liked this video. And yeah, if you're interested in some more bird watching videos in Costa Rica, then yeah, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't done this before, if you haven't done it already, and hit the notification bell so you will be notified every time I upload a new video. And yeah, like I've said, if you're also interested in my search for buying a property and living here in Costa Rica, check out my other videos as well. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.